Good afternoon, everyone. I want to start with a story. Imagine you're an engineer tasked with reviewing construction plans for a new pedestrian bridge. However, during the process, you notice a slight flaw in the design. The support beams aren't strong enough to handle peak loads. However, when you bring it up to the contractor, he just says, "Don't worry, it'll hold off. Fixing this will cost millions, just to prove it." Now, what would you do in this situation? You could protect your job and just go along with it, or you could risk conflicts and maybe even your career by refusing to sign off. This story highlights exactly why engineering ethics exists in the first place. So, what is the NSPE? The National Society of Professional Engineers is a professional organization that represents licensed engineers across all fields. And their mission is simple yet powerful. And it is to ensure engineers act responsibly, uphold public trust, and protect society. One of the main ways that NSP achieves this is through their beautiful Code of Ethics. The Code of Ethics are a set of rules and principles that guide how engineers make decisions, especially when those decisions impact safety, money, and the environment. So, what is the Code of Ethics? The Code of Ethics is more than just a list of rules. It's a framework how engineers should act when faced with tough decisions that could impact the safety, welfare of the public. The key idea behind it is this: engineering affects people's lives. Every decision, from how a bridge is designed to how a software system is secured, can affect safety, health, and welfare. And today, I'll focus on one of the most important parts of the code. And that is public safety first. The principle stated in the NSP Code of Ethics is this: engineers shall hold paramount the safety, health, and welfare of the public. And hold paramount means putting it above everything else, above profits, deadlines, and personal job security. In practice, this means refusing to approve unsafe designs, speaking up when something could harm people, not cutting corners, even under pressure, and going back to our bridge story, if the engineer agrees with the unsafe plans and he approves it, signs it off, they're violating this code. And their duty always as an engineer is to protect the public, even if it causes financial loss or getting fired. So why does this matter? Because ignoring it has dire consequences. History can shine light on this. History is full of engineering failures, bridges collapsing, buildings catching fire, environmental disasters. These are all often caused by someone choosing shortcuts over safety. However, on the other hand, when engineers do live by this code, society greatly benefits. Bridges stand, systems work, and people trust us. They trust the profession. They trust engineers. It builds a reputation. And for us as future engineers, this principle reminds us that our real responsibility is not just to companies, to money or clients, but to the people who depend on our work. So let me bring this back full circle. The NSP Code of Ethics exists to guide engineers through tough choices. And one of its most vital rules is simple: always put public safety, health, and welfare first. First. Whenever you cross a bridge, drive a car, or even use clean water, or use this monitor, for example, remember, these systems are all safe because engineers before us chose ethics over shortcuts. And as future professionals, that will be our purpose too. That will be our duty to uphold as well. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Have a good day.